Good afternoon, dear students. Today we will deal with the topic digestion in stomach. Previously you have studied about the digestion in mouth or digestion in oral cavity. In that you have studied the digestion of carbohydrate or starch. In that what happens? The food that is masticated by your teeth is mixed with the saliva and the bolus is formed. And in the digestion of stomach, what happens? After that bolus has formed in your mouth, it is swallowed. And after swallowing that food, it reaches to your stomach. The bolus or the food reaches to your stomach through the peristaltic movements. And what is this peristaltic movements? The contraction and relaxation of your food pipe or your esophagus. It leads to the peristaltic movement, the wave-like motion or the wave-like movements which forward or pushes your food to your stomach. And after that what happens? The food is reached to your stomach. So, the introduction of your stomach. The stomach is an expanded J-shaped organ in the upper left region of the abdominal cavity. You can see how your stomachs look like. It looks like a J shape. It is like your J-shaped organ, and it is situated or located in your upper left region of the abdominal cavity. As you know, your abdomen is divided into different regions, different parts. So, your stomach is located in which region? In your upper left region of the abdominal cavity. It is continuous with the esophagus superiorly and empties into the duodenum of the small intestine inferiorly. That means in the superior part, in the uppermost part of your stomach, what is located, what is situated, that is the esophagus. That portion is known as the esophagus. In your stomach, the uppermost part is known as the esophagus, and in the inferior part of your stomach, that is the duodenum. Next is it continues the mechanical and chemical digestion of the bolus. After the bolus has been completely processed in the stomach, the product is called chyme. That means in the stomach, the mechanical and chemical processes is going on. In your stomach, the mechanical and chemical digestion is going on. And this chyme, what is this chyme? The food which is mixed with your gastric juice. In the stomach, what it is secreted? Gastric juice is secreted by your gastric glands. When your bolus, the food is mixed with the gastric juices, that product is known as the chyme. Next, this is the diagram of your stomach. First, this yellow portion is the esophagus. That is also known as your food pipe, and this green portion is the cardia, and this is the cardial notch. This red portion is known as the fundus, and this carrot color is known as your body, and this purple color is known as pyloric antrum. This blue color is known as your pyloric canal. This is the pylorus, and this orange color is known as the duodenum. So this is the part of your stomach. Next, what happens to food inside the stomach? When the food reaches your stomach, how the digestion occurs in your stomach? Means after reaching the food into your stomach, how the chemical and mechanical digestion occurs in your stomach, that we are going to study. Next, mechanical digestion. As you know, in the stomach, two processes are occurring. The mechanical digestion means the muscular contractions are occurring in your stomach, that is known as your peristalsis. And after the mechanical digestion, what happens? Chemical digestion of proteins occur in the stomach. Next, how this mechanical digestion occurs, that we are going to study. The walls of stomach have several layers of smooth muscles. There are the 3 layers of muscles. When food is present, these muscles work together to churn the content of stomach. That means, as you know, your stomach has the several layers of smooth muscles, mainly the mucosa, submucosa, muscularis. All these are the layers of your smooth muscles. So the food present in your stomach, what happens, these muscles help your food to for the churning process. That means for the peristalsis movement, these smooth muscles, they helps in the peristalsis movement. Peristalsis movement, that means the what it is known as peristalsis means wave like motions of the alimentary canal which move the food forwards. You can see in this diagram the wave like motions of the alimentary canal which move the food forwards. You can see in this first diagram, this is the digestive tract and this is the wave of relaxation. That means the muscles layer, the muscles of the digestive tract are now in a relaxed position. So this is the bolus and the muscles of the digestive tract are in a relaxed position, the wave of relaxation. In the second diagram you can see in the digestive tract the muscles of the digestive tract is in a wave of contraction. That means now the muscles are in a contracted position. So due to contraction, what happens, this bolus is moving forward. So when this bolus is moving forward, what happens, your food is moved or pushed in the forward direction, and due to this peristalsis movement only, after swallowing your food through the esophagus, the peristalsis movement occurs, and because of that peristalsis movement from the esophagus, your food is entering to the stomach, and from the stomach the peristalsis movement occurs, and from the stomach the food is reaching to your small intestine, and further it is moving forward. And this movement of the food is only because of this peristalsis movement. So in short, what is peristalsis? It is a wave like motion. It is a wave like motion, or you can say that it is a contraction or relaxation of a muscles, so that the food can move in a forward direction. Next, what happens after food reaches to the stomach? The stomach stores food for some time and releases it slowly. And what happens, your food stores your stomach stores your food for around 2 to 6 hours. Your food is stored in the stomach for around 2 to 6 hours, and the food which is stored in your stomach, that food is known as the chyme. And what is chyme? It is a mixture of your gastric juice and a food, that is known as the chyme. It is like a creamy liquid. Next is the chemical digestion. So you have studied the mechanical digestion. Mechanical digestion, that means the muscles contraction of the smooth muscles of your stomach, which helps in the peristalsis movement. Peristalsis movements means the contraction and relaxation of your muscles, so that it can move the food in a forward direction. That is the mechanical digestion. And after the mechanical digestion, what happens? Chemical digestion occurs. And how this chemical digestion occurs, that we are going to study. First, the gastric fluid carries out chemical digestion in the stomach. In the stomach, the gastric fluids are present. So this helps in the chemical digestion. Gastric fluids, also you can say that gastric juices are present, which are secreted by your gastric glands. So these gastric juices or gastric fluids helps in the chemical digestion of the stomach. And this gastric juice contains certain enzymes. And what are that enzymes? It is pepsin, which is what pepsins does. It splits complex protein molecules into the shorter chains of amino acids. These pepsins helps in the digestion of the protein molecules. And Next is the hydrochloric acid. In the stomach, hydrochloric acid in the stomach not only ensure the low pH but also dissolves minerals and kills bacteria that enter the stomach along with food. This hydrochloric acid also helps to digest the proteins, that means digestion in the protein, that we will study later how this hydrochloric acid helps in the digestion of protein. And as well as this hydrochloric acid also helps to kill the bacteria that enters to your stomach along with your food. Next is gastric glands secrete gastric juice. As I have told you, the gastric glands which is situated that secretes the gastric juice, and this gastric juice it contains many certain enzymes, that is the pepsin, hydrochloric acid, renin, lipase, all these things. So in the chemical digestion, what happens in the chemical digestion? Let's see how the digestion occurs in the stomach. So one thing you have to remember, that in the stomach mainly the digestion of protein occurs. In the stomach digestion of protein occurs. So the mucosa, that is the layer of your stomach, this mucosa have the gastric glands, and this gastric gland secretes the gastric juice, and this gastric glands also has the 3 cells in it. What are these 3 cells? The mucous neck cells, peptic or the chief cells, and the parietal, or you can say that oxyntic cells. What happens? This mucous neck cell secretes the mucus for the lubrication, to lubricate your food. It helps in the lubrication of the food. And what this peptic or the chief cells does, it secretes the pepsinogen. It secretes the pepsinogen. And this parietal or oxyntic cells, it secretes the HCl. It secretes HCl as well as the intrinsic factor. So how this chemical digestion occurs? The peptic cells which secretes the pepsinogen, that is also known as your proenzyme, means this proenzyme, it is secreted in an inactive form. It is secreted in an inactive form by your peptic or the chief cells. And what happens? The parietal or oxyntic cells, it secretes HCl or the intrinsic factor. Intrinsic factor, it helps in the absorption of the vitamin B12. Intrinsic factor helps in the absorption of your vitamin B12. That is also known as cyanocobalamin. And this HCl which is secreted by your parietal or the oxyntic cells, what it does? It helps to convert the pepsinogen which is in an inactive form to a pepsin. Pepsinogen is converted into a pepsin with the help of HCl, and this pepsin is in a active form, and this pepsin helps to convert the proteins into proteoses and peptones. This pepsin which is in an active form helps to convert the proteins into a proteoses or peptones, that is also known as peptides. So this is the chemical digestion of protein in your stomach. In short, how chemical digestion occurs? That mucosa, which is the layer of your stomach, mucosa have the gastric glands. This mucosa, which is a smooth muscle layer of your stomach, it has gastric glands, and these gastric glands secretes gastric juices, and these gastric glands have the 3 important main cells. First cell is your mucous neck cell which secretes mucus, and this mucus helps in the lubrication of the food. Next cell is the peptic or the chief cell. This peptic or chief cells helps to secrete pepsinogen. And next cell is parietal or the oxyntic cells. These cells secrete HCl or intrinsic factor. This intrinsic factor helps for the absorption of vitamin B12, that is also known as cyanocobalamin. And when this pepsinogen, it is a proenzyme and it is secreted in an inactive form by the peptic cells. So with the help of HCl, what HCl does, the HCl converts the pepsinogen, which is in an inactive form, to a active form. The pepsinogen is converted into a pepsine, which is a active form. So this HCl helps to convert the pepsinogen into a active form, that is pepsine, and this pepsine helps to convert the proteins into proteoses and peptones, that is also known as peptides. So this is the digestion of protein in the mouth. Mainly one note is there that you have to remember, in stomach mainly digestion of protein occurs. So you have to remember, in the stomach mainly the digestion of protein occurs, and in your oral cavity digestion of carbohydrate or starch occurs. Some important points you have to remember is that, in the stomach the food is stored for about 4 to 5 hours, or you can say that for about 4 to 6 hours also. And in the stomach the gastric juice, when it is mixes with the food when it is mixes with your gastric juice, that is known as the chyme. In the stomach the food which is mixes with your gastric juice, that product is known as the chyme, and it is in a creamy form. And in the stomach mucus is secreted by your mucous neck cells, and also bicarbonate is also been present there. And this mucus and bicarbonate, what it does, it neutralizes the HCl. It helps to neutralize the pH of the HCl, so that your smooth muscle layers or your stomachs cannot get any harm from your HCl secretion. It prevents or it protects your stomach walls from any of the corrosion of your HCl, that means any of the damage from your HCl. It protects your stomach walls from the HCl. Next is the renin. In the stomach, in some quantities, renin is also produced. Gastric juices also secrete renin, and this you have to remember that renin is only secreted in children's or in the infants. The renin is only secreted in the infants, in the children's. And what this renin does, it helps to digest the proteins. It is a protein digesting enzymes. This renin is a protein digesting enzymes. And gastric juices also secretes in some quantities lipases. This lipases, it helps to digest the lipids, or you can say that fats. In some small quantities, digestion of fats, digestion of lipids also occurs in stomach, but in a very little quantity, because lipases is present in gastric juice in a very little amount. But mainly in the stomach, mainly digestion of protein occurs. In some quantities digestion of lipids or fats occurs due to the presence of small quantities of lipases, but you have to remember mainly the digestion of protein occurs in the stomach, and digestion of carbohydrate or starch occurs in the mouth or your buccal cavity due to the presence of the salivary amylase. This salivary amylase basically responsible for the digestion of carbohydrate or starch. So I think you have understood this topic. Stay at home, be safe and study well. Thank you.